Happy to talk to you.
Oh, it was good. You know, I think it's a great thing for for the city, for the basketball, for the country of Canada. The coaches at the grassroots level come out, participate in the clinic, because you can just see the growth of basketball in the country, the fundamental growth, the knowledge of the coaches. And so it's just going to just help, and that's the legacy I think that we, as our team and organization, can add to the country. Just the information and the knowledge we can give to them is going to help, and I just see players, you know, improve and get better, and it starts at the grassroots level.
I know we talked a bit yesterday about the three-point volume. Another one of the changes. How do you think Jonas Valanciunas is adapting so far to how you guys are using him differently?
I think he's doing a great job. This is the best I've seen Jonas play. Not only numbers, but just his awareness, his alertness, his ball handling. And I say that, and everybody had a bad day today. We were throwing the ball all over BioSteel, but he has done an excellent job of reading, and that's what what we're doing a little bit different is a lot of read and react, very few calls, and he's done an excellent job of adjusting and handling the basketball when he's at the top.
How much has his role actually changed, even from a year ago? Like
again, there's not a lot of post-ups. I mean, he will get some post-ups, but not a lot of play call post-ups. It takes away from what we're trying to do, so that's changed. But everything else, defensively, he's got the same defensive responsibility in the pick and rolls, rebounding responsibilities. If anything else, probably his ball handling and decision making, which he's done a good job with. And so that's what I'm excited about, and he's in great condition. And his approach, you know, he was a little down last year when he left. You know, again, adversity hasn't hit, so I tell everybody, we're all feeling like it's Christmas right now because we haven't faced adversity, but the number one thing about the NBA, adversity is going to come. It's going to happen. And so how we handle that and how we approach that is going to be the most important thing.
When you sent him out last summer, you knew the role was going to change, or your offense was going to change. What did you tell him to work on, like specifically?
He knew what to work on. He knew to work on his outside shooting, his three-point shooting some, his ball handling, and mainly his conditioning, getting ready to run and move and be agile, to be able to be ready to find some of the small threes. Kevin Love's at the 5, you know, and some players like that he's going to have to guard if he wants to remain on the floor at the 5 position.
Does he look any more like a guy who you can end the game with than he did?
That's the part that's improved. His awareness, his alertness, his ball handling at the end of the game, his free throw shooting. It's never been a question of that on the offensive end. Now the key is defensively, can he guard some of the small Kevin Loves, the Draymond Greens, when the teams go small. There's quite a few guys still that are big that will stay on the floor at the end of the game, but if they do go small at the end of the game, can he, do the job on the defensive end? And so far, so good with him doing that.
He had a tough summer last year back when he was recovering from the ankle injury and then took some time off after playing for Lithuania, and it sort of seemed like he was playing catch-up a little bit in camp last year. How much of a difference do you see in him physically?
Huge. And that's been the key, Josh, is the fact he's had the smooth transition from Lithuania national team. I think he had like a week off, maybe a week and a half off, which is not enough time to lose the conditioning that you have. And he came right into camp, no injuries, he was healthy, he was mentally fresh. And so that was the key for him coming in and not losing that time at training camp. So he was from day one, from scratch, he was ready to go. And that's helped him a lot. And I'm just happy the way with him, his approach, his mindset, his accepting his role, that there's not going to be a lot of calls for him or anything like that. And how he understands his role and how he's going to get the ball, how he's going to score. And he hadn't put so much pressure on himself that I've got to score, I've got to score, I've got to score. No, there's other things you can do to impact winning, and that's one thing that he's doing.
Got a bit of a two guys left for maybe 2 spots, maybe 1 spot. What do you look at from each of those 2 young men?
Well, to give everyone a fair look. I mean, that's the thing when you're looking at how they fit in, how they execute offensively and defensively, Doug. You know, DJ did not get as long a run as the other guys did that and we released, which I thought those guys did a good job, but, you know, there's only so many you can have. And no way by them not being, it means they're not. I really feel like all 3 are NBA players, and Meeks is in time, going to be excellent. He's what, 22, and Kyle Wilshire is one of the best 3-point shooters that we have, so he'll go down to our D League and have an impact. And Andy Roughton did a good job. So all those guys are NBA players. It's about the opportunity, about the numbers that our organization we didn't have. So I wish them well and thank them for coming in and doing what they did and making an impression that they did.
So the 2 guys still here, though. What do you need to see from those guys?
Well, again, the fitting in, offensive and defensive execution, and just doing the things we need them to do at that position. And so there's no, right now, clear-cut favorite. Going into this week, and so we have this week to really evaluate. But more so than anything else, we'll start finding tuning what we're doing. Those last 2 spots are important, but more importantly is our approach, Doug, offensively and defensively, building a mental toughness and a physical toughness is facing us coming into next week. We start out, our first 2 weeks is going to be like WWF. I mean, it's WWE or whatever it is. Going into those 2 weeks, we got some of the top teams that we're facing the first couple of weeks. So we got to be ready to come out of the chute, ready to play some physical, hard-nosed basketball to start out the season.